Second hour of the show, live edition of Game Points with Matthew Ross on now what looks like it is Boxing Day. So all the crazies out there getting ready to, getting their tent outside the stores. I don't know how it well works, but we're happy we're indoors and ready to talk some football. Now, we haven't had our regulars here in studio for Tuesday night. No Mo Khan, no Stefano Micella, who helps us out here each and every program, but he is calling in from parts unknown. Well, that's not true. He's in Laval somewhere at the Micella compound, enjoying his holiday feasts. I'm sure there are multiple feasts going on, and he usually keeps track of the NFL Game Points pool, and you can go to GamePointsRadio.com to check it all out. But Stefano, how you doing?
Very good. Past round 12 about now.
Yeah. Now, well, hold on. What did you say?
Round 12 of the feast.
Oh, all right. It's 12:04, so I thought it had something to do with the clock. I didn't pick it up right away. All right, Stefano. Now, forget the fact that you're wearing a Christmas sweater. Let's focus here on the football. How are the standings looking right now?
Well, the standings right now, we finally have a winning record back in first place, which would be you, Matthew, at 33-31.
Beautiful, convincing 33-31, huh?
Yeah, and then we have Mitch Gallo at 32-32. Our producer slot at 31-33. Myself, I'm pretty much out of the running for first place at 29-35. Sean Coleman at 27-37, and you're gonna like this, Matthew. Mo at 26-38.
Beautiful. Now, if he could just go 26-42, go 0-4 this week, that would make my year. That would be phenomenal. Love it. All right, Stefano. Now you've harnessed some. Have you gotten all the picks in from all the peeps?
We have.
All right, beautiful. So we got you, myself, and Jimmy G here on the board. We will do the live picks, and you'll fill us in with the rest of them. Here we go. Game number one.
All right, game number one. Not playoff implications, but seeding implications for Houston Texans. 4.5-point favorites on the road at the Colts.
All right, this is all about Chuck Strong to me. Chuck Pagano back on the sidelines for the first time since week 3 of the NFL season, now in remission from his 3 rounds of chemotherapy treatment for leukemia, a form of cancer, of course. I think there's, obviously it doesn't mean anything to the Colts, but I just don't see them losing at home, especially to a team that just beat them a couple weeks ago. Give me the Colts and the points.
I mean, for me personally, I think that the Colts should treat this as a bye week. I mean, they're stuck at number 5. They're not going to go up. They're not going to go down. They're not going to play Houston in the first round, even if they beat them right now. So therefore, there's nothing to gain by actually trying. They're better off just resting all their players. And yes, I know Chuck Pagano. I mean, he's on the sidelines for the first time since week 3. But I think you should just treat this as a day off. We lose 28-0. It doesn't really make a difference because we're stuck number 5. I take Houston in this game.
All right, game 2. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I apologize. Your picks.
Yeah, if I were the Colts, I wouldn't really show my hand right now. I mean, this is a team they're probably going to play in the second round anyway, so I would save all my tricks for then. So I'm going to go with Houston here. And everybody else has gone with Houston as well.
Wow. I'm the only guy.
Yeah. So you can very, very much lose everything.
No, I'm going to stick with it. All right. Who do we got for game 2?
Game 2, we have the Minnesota Vikings, a chance to clinch playoff berth. 3.5-point underdogs at home to the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings. I can't go against Adrian Peterson at home. I think that this is just going to be an absolute pandemonium type of crowd at home. I know the Packers need this game as well, but this is going to be a close game, especially the way the Vikings defense is playing, and the Pack don't have the running game to compete. Give me the Vikings.
In a game like this, it's going to come down to quarterback play. You have Christian Ponder versus Aaron Rodgers. I just don't see Christian Ponder playing very well, and I think it'll be close maybe for the first 2 quarters. By the third quarter, I think Green Bay pulls away, and they're going to win big.
Simple for me, a more desperate team is going to win. I'm going to go with the Vikings here, as does Mitch Gallo, and meanwhile, Mo and Sean have both gone with the Packers.
Oh, beautiful. I'm feeling more confident already. I like it. Game 3.
All right, game 3, we have a team who needs to win and then needs some help. But we have the Chicago Bears, 3.5-point favorites on the road at the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, this is one of those funny games. The Lions, every week people go, well, there's a lot of talent there. I'm going to take the Lions. And every single week they fail down the stretch here. Give me the Bears. I know it looked ugly last week for a while until they blew it open against Arizona. But boy, oh boy, I got to figure that this is a team in the Lions have pretty much mailed it in. Give me the Bears. One more week of decent defensive play from that Bears unit that was so good the first half of the year. Give me Chicago.
I think Chicago wins this game. I mean, as you mentioned, the Lions have played poorly. They were 4-4 at one point. They had basically the season in their hands. If they had won just a couple of more games, they've lost 7 straight. I think the Bears win this game, and with Green Bay beating Minnesota, Chicago's in as number 6 seed.
I'm going to go with the Bears here. I think despite the fact that the Vikings will win, I mean, Chicago's clearly going to be the more desperate team, and the Lions have a chance for a top 3 pick again, so why not just tank it? I'll go with the Bears here.
All right. And what does the esteemed panel have?
All on the Bears except for Sean Coleman, who has gone with Detroit.
Interesting. All right. And the final game.
All right, the pretty obvious one, the Sunday Nighter, the Dallas Cowboys, 4.5-point underdogs now on the road at the Washington Redskins for the NFC East.
Yeah, I'm taking Washington here. RG3, I think, was playing possum last week. We talked about the fact that during our Sunday show that he didn't really run much. He was a pocket passer, took it easy. Philly should have tied that game late. Terrible execution in the red zone by Nick Foles. But I think that the Redskins are going to have a heavy dose of RG3 running the ball, and the Cowboys are going to look at last week's tape and say, well, he's a pretty good pocket passer, and he's probably still banged up, and blah, blah, blah. I think they're going to go full force. This is going to be vintage RG3 from when he was healthier earlier in the season. Give me the Redskins.
I think the Cowboys in this game for one simple reason. The Redskins have won 6 straight games so far. I mean, that streak has to end at some point. I mean, I'm looking at the talent on offense and defense. It's just not there. You take out RG3 and you take out the rookie, Alfred Morris. There's just nothing there. I mean, they're due for one bad game. And right now, Tony Romo's playing really well. The only 2 games he's lost in the last 2 months have been close games. I mean, the New Orleans game was a heartbreaker. Came back from 14 down with 4 minutes to play. They had the ball in overtime. I look at this as a very close game, but Dallas pulls away in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Dallas has been very battle-tested the last few weeks. I mean, it's always come down to the last 2 minutes for them, but when it's all on the line, I just don't trust them. So I'm going to go with the Washington Redskins here.
Okay.
And as for the rest of the panel, all on Washington except for Sean Coleman again, who has gone with the Cowboys.
Interesting. Everyone on Washington except for Sean Coleman. Well, Stefano, if we're looking at these picks here, it's almost like I'm uncatchable. It's all going to come down to that one game that we talked about where I'm kind of out on a limb with the Colts. So this will be interesting.
Definitely will be. We might have a tie again like last year.
No, I don't want any ties. I want the mantle this year. I wasn't one of the guys in the tie last year, correct?
Yes, you were actually.
Oh, I was with Mitch Gallo.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was you and Mitch Gallo for some reason.
No, I believe it was a 3-way tie for first place.
Stefano, it's Christmas. No 3-way talk here. But Stefano, are you back on Sunday?
Yes, I will be.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
Not going to have any turkey hangover or whatever you were eating?
Week 17 of the NFL, so it takes priority over everything else.
And we didn't get to grill you. You weren't in on Sunday. We didn't get to bother you about your Titans losing 55-7.
Hey, it's all about the high draft pick right now, so I couldn't care less.
Ah, all right. Well, spoken like a true fan of a team that has no chance. Thank you so much, Stefano.
All right. Thanks a lot, Matthew.
All right. And please wish the rest of your family very happy holidays and Happy New Year from me.
Will do.
Only from me, though, not Jimmy. Jimmy's not as nice as me.
Very well.
Okay. Thanks a lot. There you go. That's Stefano Michello. He'll be back in studio on Sunday, 6 p.m. until 8 p.m., by the way. This coming Sunday, we'll break down all of the action from Week 17, including those late games. So you watch the games. Maybe you're in the car coming back from a game. Maybe you're going to a bar to watch the 4 o'clock game. Whatever it is, we will be on the air 6 p.m. until 8 p.m., as usual here on TSN 690 with Game Points. And then don't miss a second of the action right here on TSN 690. Cowboys, Redskins, just like the old days, folks. Could be, it could be Troy Aikman on one side. It could be Mark Rippon or Doug Williams on the other side. This is an old school matchup for the division. Blink and you might see Ernest Biner running the ball for the Redskins. Blink and you might see Emmitt Smith still running the ball for the Cowboys. This is going to be one heck of a game, and let's watch how much Jerry Jones ages if the Redskins pull this thing off. You're going to hear it live right after my show on Sunday on TSN 690. Boy, this is going to be a heck of a way to finish off the season and lead into the postseason for us here on TSN 690 with football.